I'm reorganizing all my stuff. And this video is partly for my nephew because I've been trying to learn him on what to do as I'm learning what to do. Because I wish I knew this stuff when I was his age. Of course, everybody who finally figures it out says, oh, I wish I knew about this when I was younger. And he'll probably end up doing the same thing because, well, he'll know. But right now, he's just blowing all of his money. He is investing a little bit, but way less than he should be. And later, he'll look down the road and say, man, I should have listened to my Uncle David, Kano. My full name is David Michael Kane O'Doherty. There's so many Davids running around, and Michaels too for that matter. And my youngest son's name was Michael. So I ended up going by my second middle name, Kane O'Doherty. And people started calling me Kano for short. So that's where Kano comes from. And, but anyway. So right now, what I'm doing is I'm going through my activity and looking at my dividends. Anything that I can buy through Robinhood, then I'm just going to go ahead and sell it here. And like I said in a previous video, I'm only investing in things that pay more than the interest rate on my debt. So if the dividend yield is 20% or more, which I should be sticking to the 30% or more because one of my credit cards just went up to 30%, but I'm sticking with my top two debts. Instead of my top one debt, I'm sticking with my top two debts. Because I'm frustrated that I can't invest in more stuff, but I'm also trying to pay down my debt. So it's like, how do you find a win-win between investing and paying down your debt? The gurus say pay down your debt first and then invest. And for people that it's hard to save money, it's better to kind of find a balance of both. And so my balance is invest in anything where the dividend yield is higher than the interest rate on my debt. So that's what I'm doing. Anything that pays more than 20% is what I'm investing in. I have my 30%, it's actually 32%, but I have my 30% or 32% credit card almost paid down. Every week when I get paid, I put, after paying my bills, I put half of what's left on the 30% credit card and 25% of what's left on the 20% credit card, and then the rest goes into savings for now. Because I'm also looking at buying another investment property, well, or property period, and then turning. So if I buy one of the properties, one of the two properties that I'm looking at right now, then I'll turn my current property into an investment property. But if those fall through, or whatever the terminology is, if those don't work out, and this other property that I've been looking at, but someone else has it, and now they may be selling it, possibly, maybe, soon, don't know. I really would like to get my hands on that one, and I would use it as an investment property. Because I could pretty much start making money off of it right away. Or at least part of it. Half of it I can make money off of it. Probably the Probably take about a month or two to clean it up and do some maintenance, and then boom, start renting it out. And then the other half, well, it'll need a little bit more work, but basically in a nutshell, it's a house and it's what used to be a convenience store. So I can start renting out the convenience store right now, and then fix the house up and either move into it, turn my place into a rental, or because my place is like a campground, it's set up for a campground, mini campground. We're living there right now. But if we move into the house across the street, then I can rent out camper spots, or I can fix the house up, we can stay where we are, and I can Airbnb the house. So either way, it's a win-win for me. Now my girlfriend, she is not looking at investments, she's looking at liabilities. She wants a house. It's like, well, you know, we could buy this and use this to help us finance the house. Oh, but it's going to take us so many years to make money off of it. Well, yes, but it will be paying for itself almost right away. So after so many years, then we'll have that extra income to put towards whatever we want. But anyway, that's a rabbit trail. So that's one of the reasons why I'm trying to make sure I get my debt paid down pretty quickly and save some money up. But in my nephew's case, he's too young, I think, to have a Robinhood account. Right now, I'm kind of like his guardian of his Cash App account, and I'm trying to learn him what to do. And I gave him some dividend stocks, you know, $5 worth here or $10 worth there. I can't remember what I gave him now. And he did reinvest a little bit into those, but not much. He has been buying Bitcoin, but right now is the time not to buy Bitcoin because Bitcoin's up. You want to buy it while it's down. And but my brother's big into Bitcoin, so that's why my nephew is probably going in that direction, because that's all he hears from my brother. Bitcoin's cool, but I don't see it as a real money-making opportunity unless the stock goes down. When it goes down, then you can buy some and make some money, but that's day trading. And I try not to do a whole lot of day trading. That being said, these stocks that I'm selling off, I am day trading them, but they're also dividend stocks. So I'm making money on them every month or every quarter while I'm waiting for it to go back up, and then I'll sell it. Because like I said, like so far, all of these that I've gotten dividends for today are in Robinhood. So I'm basically moving all my assets over to Robinhood. So any of these that I can invest in at Robinhood, I'm basically selling them off. But I'm going to sell them off at a profit, not a loss. So like say this one here, INNOV. Let's go to Robinhood. Pause. Okay. I can buy this stock here. I think that's this one, IIPR. So let's go back. Alright, so I got $6 invested. I've already made 79 cents on it, plus my dividends. The dividend yield is 5.63%, which ain't bad. You know, my nephew should be buying some of that stock. Alright, so I got $6 invested. What I'm going to do, oh, it's up higher than it's been all year. So I'm going to move that up a little bit more, because it's probably going to keep going up a little bit. So I'll make $1 off of it if it sells. Now then I'll sell all 90 days. Now I enter my password. I'm going to pause the video again. Something went wrong. This may be a monthly dividend payment, and I might already have it programmed to sell. Let's find out. It don't look like it. So I'll try again. Now it's working. Boom. So that'll probably sell sometime between now and tomorrow, and I'll have another $7, and I'll actually make $1. Now, like I said, I don't do very much day trading, because I've actually made more money off dividend stocks than I have day trading. Day trading is basically gambling. So overall, I've done pretty good. This says I'm down $473. So that's my unrealized gains. My realized gains is $866, and that's up 14%. So I'm actually up overall $393, which is 3.81%. Not too bad. That's on the day trading side. And then on the dividend side, I've made just less than that. So technically, I'm actually making more money day trading than I have on dividends. But that's only because I've been selling off my stocks in order to move my assets over to Robinhood. And I only sell at a profit. The only time I lose is if the company goes bankrupt. So there you go. So I'm pretty much neck and neck when it comes to dividends and day trading on Cash App. The day trading part will go up over the course of the rest of the year. And then after that, basically I'm only going to have at Cash App what I cannot buy at Robinhood. Now, the reason I'm doing that, let me go over here real quick. So I'm using Robinhood as my primary. Really, between Robinhood and Webull, I can pretty much buy everything there. Whatever I can't buy at Robinhood, whatever I can't buy at Robinhood, I can buy at Webull. But since I use Cash App, it would be nice to have a little bit of cash flow in Cash App. And then, like I told my nephew, I can use my dividends from my dividend stocks to reinvest into Bitcoin or whatever else I want to invest in. So that's basically what I'm going to do. The only other stock that I might have in Cash App that is a day trade is the Robinhood stock. Because Robinhood, I mean, I could probably have Robinhood stock in Webull, but like I said, I'm making this as my secondary. So I ended up selling my Robinhood stock, and then I thought about it and I was like, oh, wait a minute, I can't buy Robinhood stock through Robinhood. So I went ahead and bought another dollar's worth. I made $3.50 or more. I mean, I made money on it. I just don't know exactly how much money I've made on it. I have to, do the math. But they don't pay dividends. So, yeah. Basically, what I'll do later, not right now, when I got extra money to throw around, when Robinhood stock is down, like right now, I'll throw in a couple bucks or a few dollars, whatever. When it's up, I might cash out some of the money, but I'll use it more like a savings account where I won't cash it out unless it's up and I need the money. So, yeah. So when it's all said and done, I'll basically only have Robinhood and whatever stocks that pay dividends in here that I cannot have in Robinhood, like ARR. I went ahead and cashed out my PBR because I moved it over to Robinhood. But ARR, I can't buy through Robinhood. I mean, well, sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. It's weird. It's like I'll get my dividend and then it'll say, oh, when I try to reinvest, when I get my dividend and I try to reinvest, it says, oh, Robinhood doesn't support this. So I'm just going to start buying it over here instead. And I've been making some decent money on it. It's paying 15%. So right now I'm not investing any. Right now I'm not investing any more into it right now because I'm trying to invest in things that pay more than 20%. But let's see here. I think even though it says it's only paying like 14%, it's actually paying more. Because I'm making $5, $6 a month, every month. not too bad. But I don't know, I'll have to do the math. So let's see, $466. Times we'll just say 15, it's pretty close. 15%, 69, almost $70. Divided by 12, yeah, that's about right. So yeah, I'm making almost $6 a month off of that stock. See, if my nephew would have put his $500 in there, he'd be making, well, let's see, 500 times 15%, that's $75 a year, divided by 12, $6.25 every month. And if he just keeps reinvesting that, it'll just keep making him more money. But he's not quite picking up what I'm putting down. So he got the $500 a week ago and already has spent almost $200 of it. He did invest some of it into Bitcoin, which is cool. But like I said, right now is not the time to buy Bitcoin. Right now is the time to sell Bitcoin. Right now is the time to wait for Bitcoin to go back down before you buy it. Kind of like gold and silver. So, and speaking of gold and silver, this app here, Volted, I'm basically using it like a day trading app for gold and silver. When gold and silver go down, I buy a little bit. But gold and silver is only paying, on average, gold and silver only goes up about 5%. So I'm really not trying to buy a lot of this right now. Hang on, I'm going to enter my password and show you what I got going on in there. Alright. So gold is down a little bit. I got $25 in cash. I'm waiting for gold to go down to under $24 before I buy any more. It's not down enough. It's only down 30 cents. I'm waiting for it to go down at least $1 before I buy any more. My silver is up about 30 cents. So it seems like when silver's up, gold is down, gold is up, silver's down. So, but like I said, I'm just playing with this right now. So I just got $100 I'm messing around with. Unless gold or silver goes down quite a bit, I won't be putting any more money in here. But this is supposedly physical gold, but the gold is in England and Canada, and I'd rather my gold be in the US. But if you live in Canada or England, then maybe this will be a good app for you, a good site for you to store your gold and silver. Otherwise, I'm just using it for day trading, and I call it digital gold and digital silver. So I'm just using it to make money. It's my speculative investment. As far as actual physical gold and silver, I'm actually buying physical. 2 miles, take exit 210A for US 40 East, US 61 South toward Chesterfield. I'm actually buying physical gold and silver when I have the extra money. So right now I just don't really have the extra money And the guy I was buying my gold and silver from, he is no longer in business. He got old, got cancer, and had to shut down his operation. So I'm looking for a new guy who I can get good prices on physical junk gold. If you buy a physical gold, only buy junk gold and junk silver. Don't buy fancy minted bull crap, because you're gonna pay too much. You're buying it to make money, not spend money. Some people like my dad don't get that. He's like, oh, you know, I spent an extra $10 on this, but when the value goes up, I'll make my money back and then some. It's like, yeah, but you could have bought junk gold for less and made money pretty much right away when it goes up. But he wants something that looks pretty, something he can look at and say, ooh la la, me likey. Me, I don't care what it looks like. I care about the value.
Half a mile. Take exit 210A for US 40 East, US 61 South toward Chesterfield.
I care more about making money.
0.3 miles ahead.
So, there you go. Anyway, so out of all these apps, I like Robinhood and Webull the best. I'm still learning Webull, but
Continue on I-64 East for 5 miles.
Turn left on I-64 East, then keep right.
the Indian Guru guy that I follow,
I-64 East, then keep right.
the Indian Guru guy that I follow at the Minority Mindset, he used to promote Webull, and now he's promoting M1. And I'm not sure why, because Webull seems to be better. But for whatever reason that he's promoting M1, I figure, well, I'll go ahead and use it too. And so whatever Robinhood doesn't have, or I can't buy through Robinhood, I'll buy through Cash App. Whatever I can't buy through Cash App, then I'll go to M1. And I'll play with M1. See what that's all about. If I like it, I'll keep it. If I can't, I won't. If I don't, I won't. But M1 is limited, just like Cash App is, where you can't just buy whatever. You can only buy what they say you can buy. And me, I don't like that. I like to have my personal freedom. So Webull gives you that personal freedom. That gives you the flexibility to buy across the board. You can buy stocks through or from other countries that even Robinhood won't let you buy. And Schwab would probably let you do that too, but Schwab is a pain in the butt. I got some money over there, I got some stocks over there just to kind of learn it and play with it, but I don't like it. So when the cash value goes up on those dividend stocks, I'm going to cash out my stocks in Schwab and probably just use it as a backup, because they bought, well, my business partner was using Scott's Trade originally, but then TD, no, that's I forgot the name of the other stock company that bought Scott's Trade. Ameritrade. So Ameritrade bought Scott's Trade, and so my business partner was using, my IT business partner was using them. And then Schwab bought Ameritrade, so now we're over there. And I just don't know. I just don't know how to use it. It's complicated. It might work better on the PC, but on the phone, it doesn't work that great. So, and I'm just going by what works best on the phone. There's computer versions that might be better, but I'm on the road, I travel, I'm a truck driver. Right now, I do 90% of my investing while I'm out here on the road. And so, I have a burner phone which I do all of my investing on. I do all my banking on. And so it doesn't actually have cell phone service. It has Wi-Fi. So I use it, I connect it to my main Wi-Fi, which makes it harder for people to hack it. So, and it's not always connected. It's just connected when I want it to be connected. And so it's not always online. And then it's got password protection, blah, blah, blah. So it's hard for people to hack my stuff and get my information. But it's easy for me to use while on the go. So this is I call it my banking phone. And it's just a burner phone. And yeah. So from my experience, if I was to suggest to other people what to use and what not to use, I would suggest, with the phone anyway, Robinhood and Webull. But like I said, I like Cash App because that's where I started. Cash App really, I started out with Bitcoin, and I started learning stocks with Cash App, and then I branched over to Robinhood, and then I branched over to Webull. So those are my top three stocks. Those are my top three apps, my favorite apps. But Robinhood is so much easier to use, so it's now my most favorite. So there you go. But for my nephew, instead of burning through your money, see right here, he's only got $16 in stocks, $43 in Bitcoin. Well, what I do like or admire about what he's doing is he's rounding up his purchases. So like, he wasted money on Xbox and some other stuff, but he rounded up the difference into Bitcoin, which is cool. But what he should be doing, instead of him buying junk or whatever and buying Bitcoin, he should be investing it into these stocks. I can't see the stocks that he has anymore for some reason. But, and I'm not sure what their savings gives you as far as an interest rate. Probably nothing. But he should be saving the money or investing it in the dividend stocks that will pay him dividends. Like right now, I don't know how much money he has in PBR. I think it's just $5. So he's got $5 in about $5 in PBR. It's making him 6 cents a month. He's got about $5. Oh yeah. So the $15 that he has in stocks is pretty much the $15 I gave him in stocks. I gave him this one. He's making 31 cents a year off of it. I think it pays annual. And then ARR pays monthly, PBR pays monthly. So he could be making, that money. If he puts his money in dividend stocks, he could be making the money back, $5, $6, $7 a month. Then he can use that $7 a month to invest in Bitcoin or invest in junk. Liabilities. instead of candy and whatever he bought from Temu. So,
Speed limit, please slow down.
yeah. My brother was, my nephew will probably never watch this anyways, because he doesn't want to listen. He wants to think he knows everything. But, you know, reluctantly, my brother gave him his money that my brother had in savings for him, because he wanted to manage it himself.
You have exceeded the speed
And,
limit, please slow down.
He's already spent almost $200 of it in 1 week. So for too long, it's going to be gone. He's going to have nothing to show for it. When he could have had that residual income every single month.
Exceeded the speed limit, please
And
slow
so that's what I'm trying to educate him on. Because if you look at mine, like I said, I made 300, almost 400 bucks off dividends. And that's just off Cash App. And then I've also made almost $400 on the cash value. So that's almost 800 bucks that I've made in the past year or so. That's almost a month's paycheck or a week's paycheck for me. For some people, that's a month's paycheck.
Speed limit, please slow down.
So, you know, some people, 800 bucks is a lot of money. To me, like I said, it's only a 1 week's paycheck, so it doesn't seem like a lot of money to me. But hey, that's an extra week's paycheck every year that I'm making, you know? So, speaking of which, over here, I deleted some of the stuff that I had in Webull and Cash App because I'm basically reorganizing everything and trying to make sure that my records are accurate. So I'm actually making about $70 a month, but this says 55. Once I get it reorganized, then by then I may be up to 100 bucks a month, because it's going to take me some time to get it reorganized. And by then I'll have at least one of my credit cards paid off, hopefully. So anyhow, I'm in St. Louis. It's already been 38 minutes and I'm getting pretty close to my delivery,
Speed limit, please slow down.
so I'm going to have to go.
Speed limit, please slow down.
But if my nephew's watching this, you know, I know it's hard. You see something that you like and you got the money, you want to spend it, but you gotta fight that temptation. You gotta break that habit, because later when you get a credit card, you're gonna be like, oh, well, my credit limit says I can buy this, and then you go buy that, and then later, instead of making money on your money, you're paying somebody else the interest on your money. And it's totally backwards. We need to be, as a society, learning how to make money on our money, not give somebody else the interest rate on our money. But they don't educate us in school proper financial education, like the minority mindset guy says, you know. So the best thing to do is invest in ETFs. Like, I don't think you can invest in Bitcoin ETF, but Bitcoin ETF is paying like damn good percentage, almost 54% return on your investment. I got a lot of Bitcoin ETF. I've got, I don't know, at least maybe $500, almost $500 worth of Bitcoin ETF. Oh, hang on, it it should show over here. Mostly it'll show over here. Combined. It's not showing what I got in Schwab or Webull. It's saying I've got $275 invested. So it's probably double that. Once it goes up and I got cash value in it, then it'll be $275 because that's what I have in Robinhood. But we'll go at $500 for now, because once I cash it out, I'll move it over to Robinhood, or I'll pay off my credit card, one of the two, or pay down my credit card. But $500 times 50, what did it say? 54. 4%. That's $270 a year. And it pays monthly. Divided by 12. That's $22.50 a month. So if my nephew took his $500 and put it in Bitcoin ETF instead of $5 or $6 a month, he'd have $22.50 every month. You know, boom. Then you reinvest that. Next month you got more. Reinvest that. Next month you got more. Reinvest that. Next month you got more. But I mean, $22 a month, he could buy, you know, $20 worth of whatever he wants, and then reinvest the other $2.50. But, you know, like I told him, I says, you know, use your dividends to buy your toys. That way you get to keep your original money. That's basically what I'm trying to do. I'm getting all my debts paid down, and I'm putting the rest of my money into dividend stocks. I'm trying to replace my income. Then, once I replace my income, I can just use my dividend stocks to live on. Buy my toys, buy my food, buy my everything. But, you know, or invest in real estate and then use my real estate income to live on. You know, whichever. But this has been, I've tried all kinds of different businesses, and some people call them get-rich-quick schemes, but I signed up for multi-level marketing and other business ideas. Any business opportunity, I tried to take advantage of it. I had way too many irons in the fire, and that's why I wasn't successful. But I also didn't want to waste any of my ideas or dreams or goals or whatever. So I was chasing all the rainbows instead of focusing on one. So that was probably my biggest mistake. But hindsight, I made more money and lost less money doing dividend stocks. And if I was to do it all over again, I would have only worked a regular job, made as much money as I possibly could from a regular job, and then invested the rest in the dividend stocks, and then eventually retired. And then if I would have done that, if I would have known about that when I was a kid, and I would have started doing that when I was a kid, 18, 20, 21, whatever, I'd have been retired already. I could have been retired like 10 years ago. But no, I didn't know. I mean, I knew about stocks, and I knew about this, and I knew about that, but I didn't really know. I wasn't in the know. And now, I am. And I'm trying to pass that information on to others, especially my nephews. My kids, they'll probably never know this stuff and never want to know this stuff and never have the brain capacity to comprehend this stuff. My oldest son, he doesn't even speak to me. His mom brainwashed him against me, and he hates me. And I don't know that he seemed even really smart enough to do this stuff. Because his mom kind of had him fucked up on pharmaceuticals and messed up his brain. My youngest son's mother pretty much did the same thing, but even worse. So he can't even take care of himself. He has to have, in fact, she messed herself up so bad that she killed herself. She's gone. And now my son is living with his grandmother, and she pretty much continues the brainwashing and all the other garbage, and he's dependent on them. And when they pass away, I don't know what's going to happen to him, because he don't talk to me either. And he's not got the mental capacity to comprehend any of this. So my nieces and nephews are going to basically inherit my wealth and my knowledge, what little knowledge I have and what little wealth I have. Anything I have is going to go to my nieces and my nephews and my goddaughter. But my kids probably won't see it because I don't know them, you know. I don't know. We'll see what the future holds. I mean, if my kids come around or whatever, I might set up a trust for my youngest son because he can't take care of himself. If I make enough money to be able to afford to set up a trust for him. But yeah. And my kids will probably never have kids. My nieces and nephews are probably the only ones that's going to pass on our DNA, if you will. So that's why I'm trying to pass on this information to them. Now I only have 2, maybe 3 that will probably do anything with their lives. And I'm hoping that Garrett, the one I'm trying to learn this stuff, is the 3rd one. I don't know about the other 2. I got 5. I got 3 nephews and 2 nieces. And 2 of them, I don't think they're going to do anything with their lives. And the other 2 are doing stuff with their lives. And the other one, I don't know, he's still young. There's still hope for him. But he's like at a crossroad right now where he could go either way. And I'm really hoping he stays on the right path. He may or may not. I don't know. I can't control that. You can only lead him to water. You can't make him drink. So he's going to be an adult in 2 years. He's already thinking he's an adult and can make his own decisions. But 2 years, he's going to be on his own, making his own decisions. And I'm just trying to prepare him as best as I can. So, my brother too, but he listens to my brother less than he listens to me. So, we'll see what happens. But, oh well. Anyways, so stay tuned. I'll be updating you on my updates whenever I get them updated. Alright, party on.